Today we're changing the oil in a 2018 Chevrolet Tahoe. First thing, we'll unlock the hood and then raise it up. Just gonna apologize in advance for the shaky camera. It was pretty windy when I recorded this. This is the 5.3 V8 motor, so we'll undo that cap, and you can see that extension I put in place to help refill the oil. We're using an Amsoil EAO 17 filter, so this is rated for 25,000 miles, and we've paired that with the Signature Series synthetic, and it takes 0W20. Going underneath the middle of the vehicle, you'll see our oil filter and our 15mm drain plug. I like to remove the oil filter first, just to make sure it's not seized, so we'll crack that loose and let some of this oil drain out, but as you can see it's fairly windy and blowing it everywhere, so I'm trying to capture as much as I can in my drain pan. Now, prepping a new oil filter, I'm going to take this and pre-fill it because it's mounted vertically. So we're going to fill this up with some 0W20, and then we're going to make sure to rub a small film of new oil on the seal. Once that's done, we can go back under the vehicle and install the new oil filter. Now, using your 15mm socket, or a wrench if you want, you can remove the oil drain plug. Once the oil is done draining out, you can reinstall the drain plug and make sure to tighten it down. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I installed this 2019 Plus oil fill tube onto the motor. So I have a YouTube short that I'll link in the description how to change it, but it makes it a lot easier to fill these motors up with the 8 quarts of oil they require. So that's pretty much it. We'll take our funnel out, reinstall our oil fill cap, and then we'll go inside to reset the oil life monitor. To reset your oil life, you can either start the vehicle up, or you can have an accessory mode. We'll use our arrow keys on the steering wheel to navigate to the oil life. Then we'll push and hold the check mark until it resets to 100%. And that's all you need to know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. But if you want to stick around, I can show you some extra footage that I took. So I got this new tool. It's an oil filter can opener style type of deal. It's kind of like a copper pipe cutter where you tighten the handle and it moves the cutting disc in to score the oil filter casing, and then it opens it up. So I'm just going to take this oil filter, and again we're scoring it like a copper pipe, and I keep tightening the handle. Eventually it'll pop the lid off, and then we can check out and see what the oil filter looks like on the inside. So I'll be able to see if there's any wear metal, in the oil filter, and I think it's a pretty cool service that I can add on to some customers if they want it. So once we got the top off, I cleaned it up a little bit, and we can see a really thick base plate. Now again, I apologize for the shaking camera from the wind, but Amsoil uses a super thick base plate, so kind of a testament to the quality. They use a silicone anti-drainback valve. Then we have the actual filter itself, and on the bottom of the filter we have our bypass spring. So all that's pretty well done, and I'm just gonna kind of spread the filter pleats apart so I can see if there's any metal shavings or chunks in there, and this is looking pretty clean. So the engine is not wearing appreciably on the surface, microscopically maybe, but I could get a used oil analysis for that, but there's nothing that I can see big enough in the oil filter, so I'm going to count that as a win.